Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this entire look, which I am flipping obsessed with. It is the end of 2018. I think this is an amazing look for New Year's Eve if you're going out, or New Year's Day if you know you're staying in like me and you just want to start the year with a bang. Like you mean to go on like a bad bitch, like you are here to take over. We're going to conquer the world, all of us, we're all doing bloody great, okay? And also this hair, which is really, really easy. So if you would like to see how I did it, then please stay tuned. Hello. Okay, I'm very excited about today because I'm going to wear so much makeup on my face. First thing I'm going to do is use my favourite NARS primer. This is the Radiance primer, and I'm just going to pop this on all over my face. I just absolutely love this. I think it makes my skin look super radiant. It's also got your SPF of 35 in there, which is very important. For foundation, I'm going back to an oldie but goldie. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am the shade Stromboli. So I'm just going to put this on all over my face. I want a natural radiant longwear look to my skin today. That would be great. And it's been so long since I used this foundation, but I absolutely love it. Covering up all my wee red bits right over my nose. I forgot how little you needed this foundation as well. The brush I'm using, by the way, you guys know that I love my Smith 115 brush. This is the new Smith 151 brush. Here's my Smith 115 and here is the new one I've been using. So this is pretty much just double the size, which means it takes half as long to do your foundation. I am absolutely obsessed and I really like it for blending out my cream contour as well. For my concealer, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium. I have been really, really liking it. But one thing that I won't be doing again is using it as an eyeshadow base because I find that it actually creases just a little bit. But for under eyes and all my usual spots where I conceal, oh my god, it's amazing. And super affordable as well. This is available at Superdrug. And I remember, obviously you guys, I don't know if you've seen, but I flipping hung out with Drew Barrymore and it was one of the best days of my life. Before I'd properly used Flower Beauty, I did not know it was drugstore. I thought it was like a mid-range brand. So I was really delighted to see that it was affordable. And it's a little bit lighter than my usual skin tone, but not too light. Blending that in with my foundation brush again. Perfect base. From this step, I'm going to go ahead and do my cream contour. I'm going to use my favourite Nude Sticks Nudies in Bondi Bay. I cannot see past this, you guys. I need to try out a couple of new ones because I've been just using this forever, but I can't stop. And I'm just keeping my contour nice and high. Forehead. I'm actually going to go a little bit under my lip as well. And then I'm just going to blend that in with my foundation brush again. I feel like I've got my base makeup down. Like I know exactly what I like. I know what I want my skin to look like. If you're not a massive fan of bronzer, which I am, then this is a really lovely way to sculpt your face without it being too much. The cream product just blends really nicely into every foundation I've ever tried it with, but I actually really love it when I'm not wearing makeup as well. I'm going to take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Look how dead this is. Nearly done. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 2, and I'm just going to sweep this under my eyes. I don't like anything too heavy under my eyes. Like I don't like baking under my eyes at the moment. You never know what the future holds, but for this time and this look, this is a perfect amount of powder underneath my eyes. Because I don't bake anywhere else in my face, I'm just going to lightly powder the sides of my nose and my smile lines with the Charlotte Tilbury as well. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my favourite Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Deep Bronzer. Really, really nice for adding a little bit more sculpt. And the brush I'm going to use is the Smith 154 brush, another new brush from Smith. It's like their eyeshadow brush, but more massive, like a bronzer. I absolutely love it. It's perfect. And then I'm just going to take that onto my forehead as well. And then I'm going to take a little touch of that bronzer and just go down my neck. It's almost like my face is pale, my neck is pale, and then my body gets a little bit more tanned. So I just like to match it all up. This is the Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. This is the one that's £35 for all these shades. Amazing if you're a makeup artist. If you're not a makeup artist, you can buy each of them individually as well. This one's my favourite. It's called Shadester. And I'm going to use this with my little Smith 112 brush just to contour the very back of my cheekbones. Does anyone else do really stupid faces when they're doing their makeup? I'm going to go in with my NARS Ita brush and I'm just going to sculpt the sides of my nose just quickly, nothing too severe. And then if you go too ham like I always flip and do, then just your foundation brush over just to dull it down a little bit. At this step, I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier blush. This is in the shade Peach. It's so great. It's just such a nice little blush. I'm going to use my bronzer brush just to get a little bit of that. Just apply it right to the cheek, just above the bronzer. Now I'm going to grab my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is the shade Light Medium. I am going to pick this up in a lighter shade as well, because this might work today, but for when I'm paler, this is a little bit too dark for me. So I'm going to get some of that on my little puff. And this is a great step for lifting your contour, which obviously lifts the kind of cheek, and it also just tidies everything up, makes it look nice and sharp. That's actually a nice colour for me. It's not too bright. This is going to look quite like natural, if that's a word you can ever use when looking at me. And that little step, I just can't go without it, but you can see it's a little bit too dark to add any sort of like real brightness to my skin. So that's why I want the lighter one. My eyebrow routine has not changed for ages, so I'm just going to shoot off camera and do them quickly. I'll link a video where you can see me do my brows down below, but for the meantime, I'm going to nip off camera, do my brows, and then we'll be back to do the eyes, which is what I'm very excited about for this tutorial. Okay, brows are on. I'm going to quickly get my powder brush and just dust this away. Now I'm going to zoom in and we'll do our eyes. For eyes, I'm going to start off with Lil B. This is Laying Low Paint Pot by MAC. I had lost this for a little while, but it is back in my life. So I'm just going to take Laying Low and apply that all over the lid. This is a really nice eyeshadow base. Nice and peachy, so it lifts any darkness out of the lid. And I carved out my brows with a little bit of the Flower Beauty concealer. Now I'm just going to set that with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Just a tiny bit. For eyes, I am so excited because I've just realised that you can now get Milk Cosmetics in the UK. So I'm going to use the Rust Stack. The colour I'm going to start off with is Rubbish. It's not Rubbish, the colour's called Rubbish. I think it's bloody great, personally. But this is the shade Rubbish. I'm going to use that in my crease. And the eye look I'm going to do today is really, really nice and big and bold. But I'm going to start off with that shade with my Fluffy Smith brush. By the way, for any of you guys wondering what my favourite brushes are and stuff, I've actually got a list in the description bar of all my favourite brushes for eyes and face and everything. It's always there in every video because I am a creature of habit and loads of my brushes stay the same a lot. So I'm just going backwards and forwards, blending up. You guys know that I like a big, big blend. So I'm bringing it right up to the brow. And I'm only leaving a little bit at the arch of the brow free, otherwise you kind of lose the lift of the brow. This is one of those shades that you could use by itself and just chuck a bit of mascara on or a lash and it looks so nice. I forgot how amazing these eyeshadows are. I know that they're expensive, but my god, they're worth it. Now we've done that step, we're going to go in with the shade Rust from the Rust Stack, and I'm just going to really intensify the crease and bring that slightly onto the lid as well. So I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. This is the Sosu and Kaylee collaboration. This is the brush SK02. It's really amazing for packing on eyeshadow. We're starting to get that nice blend. It just takes a little bit of time going backwards and forwards with your different size brushes and the two different colours pushing in and out to each other. But it's so worth it because the pigment and the kind of intensity you get is amazing. What are you guys all doing for New Year? Are you going out? Are you staying in? You going away? I'm relaxing this year. I want to start 2019 like fresh, like I'm going to grab you by the balls. I'm actually going to jump into my little favourite palette. This is the LC Cosmetics Minimalist palette, and I'm going to go in with the Cool Tone Dark Brown, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. Bringing that right up over the crease to match in with the other shadows. I'm just using a little flat eyeshadow brush from Smith to do this. But I always find this a lot easier, getting the nice blend in the crease, which we're all used to, and then going in with the lid colour just to finish everything off. And then if you need to, just grab a fluffy brush and go back over your blend just to tie those colours in together. Oh, that's a lovely smoke. Now at this step, it wouldn't be New Year's Eve without a little bit of glam, a little bit of glitter. So when I was looking for a kind of brown glitter to go with the eye, I found this Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat, and this is in the shade Metal Bronze. And what I'm going to do is grab my eyeshadow brush that I've just used, pick up some of this top coat, then I'm going to grab some All Nighter spray from Urban Decay, give it a spray, and then I'm just going to apply this straight onto the lid. It's a really transformative product, so I'm just going to go all over. That's so good. So good. Well done, everyone. The reason that I've grabbed this is because I forgot I had them. I've played around with the colourful ones like the blue and the purple and stuff, but I've just found this girl on YouTube. Let me get her name on my phone. Dylan Saba. Oh my goodness, her makeup's beautiful, like beautiful. This is actually what this whole look has been inspired by, is one of her videos. I'll link her down below, but her videos is just very much like my style of makeup. Super glam, big smoky eyes, nude lips, gold hoop earrings, like she is great. But I watched one of her videos and I thought it was so beautiful that I wanted to try something similar with my fave products. For a little bit of extra glitter, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter, and this is the shade Starfire, which is a new shade this year. It's my favourite, my absolute favourite. Look at this. You know the script, you just pat that glitter on all over. For underneath the eye, I'm going to use my Pure pencil. This is the On Point pencil eyeliner in the shade Rain, which is a purple. I'm just going to sketch along the outer corner of my lower lash to about there. I have got my Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions palette here. I'm going to use this colour up the corner, which is going a little bit funny, but I know it's a nice colour. I'm going to use that just to smoke this outer corner out in purple. When I saw Dylan do this in her video, I was like, oh my god, never in my life have I seen a pop of colour look so good. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Artist Colour Pencil in the shade All Over Magenta. And then I'm going to take a really tiny little eyeshadow brush and just pop this pinky eyeshadow over top. I'm going to take a little bit of the black shadow from the Minimalist palette on a small brush, and I'm just going to darken up the outer corner on the top and bottom to bring to a slight point, not too much of a point, just to tie the top and the bottom together. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Pencil in Alkaline, which is just a really beautiful dark purple. And then for inner corner, I'm going to use my Becca Opal highlighter. For mascara, I'm going to use the Revolution, the Mascara Revolution mascara. Just going to pop that on nice and thick top and bottom lashes. And then for lashes, I'm going to use the Lily Lashes in the style Mykonos, one of my all-time faves. While I'm waiting for my lashes to dry, I'm just going to pop on a little brow bone highlight. Just using Becca Opal. Okay, let's zoom you out and finish off the look. So one thing we're missing right now is glow. So what I wanted to use is the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops in the shade Do You, but like Dew You. So I'm going to take a pump of that on the back of my hand, and I actually really like the way that this applied with a brush. So what I'm going to do is going to take a tiny wee bit on a brush that's made for liquid and powder, and just add in all the light back into my skin. I've decided to go in with a beauty blender because it's just a wee bit more precise with the point, and then what you can do is you can pat it in with your brush. I'm going to actually take the foundation brush from earlier, and you can just buff that into the skin so you get loads of it on your foundation brush, and it is such a beautiful highlighter for the body. It's definitely a highlighter though. I would only put this on the high points of my body. All over the body you'll end up looking like amazing, really glowy, but it's a bit wild. This is another one of Smith's new brushes. It's the 104 brush. It is like a really soft, like fan brush almost. And I want to be super glowy going into 2019. The dream. And I like to use the highlight right onto my cheek so when I smile you can kind of see it. And then what you can do just to blend all that in is grab your bronzer and your bronzer brush and just give that a little buff on top. Nice! For lip, I wanted to do a really nude lip. This is a super dark eye, and obviously it's New Year, which means you're going to wear your favourite makeup ever. So I'm going to use my Anywhere Caffeine Lip Pencil by Makeup Forever. I've gone through 2 already. I absolutely love it. And then again, because it's New Year, you want something super long lasting, so I've picked the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Driver. Another oldie but goldie for me. I absolutely love this lip colour. And the last thing we need for this look is the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay. Loads of that. And then get your wee fan. I do not know what I did without this fan, you know, guys. So now that makeup's all done, I absolutely love it. I'm going to take my clips out my hair. So I washed my hair yesterday and let it just air dry. And then this morning I straightened it. I'm going to brush it out and see if it needs straightened again. This is the JHD Platinum Plus. Look how cute this is. It says JGM on it, which that's going to be my new initials when me and Jack get married. So I'm just going to brush my hair out. So what I've done is I've just straightened my hair. I don't know if you can see it all. There it is. I've straightened all my hair. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip my parting over just messily, see where I like it, and give it a brush. And then what you can do is I've got one of my clips. I absolutely love these clasps. Look how cool. Glam. And what I'm going to do is just put this right there. And then I've also got these on. So these are Justine Marjan clasps. They're going super viral just now online. So all you would have to do is literally wash your hair, straighten your hair, and then flip it over to the side. That's pretty dope, huh? And then I'm going to put in some hoops. I've got little midi hoops. My mum and dad got me these for my Christmas. I'm so lucky. Cool. And I know that it's just a super easy hairstyle, but for me that's perfect because that's all I would have to do. Clothes wise for New Year, I am at a loss. I have no new clothes. I'm not going out, so I don't have anything planned. But yeah, good luck with that. Go and look at some of your favourite fashion bloggers for advice on that, not me. That's everything from me. As always, I'll link everything down below. I hope you have the best New Year ever. I hope it's amazing. And other than that, I will see you in 2019. Bye! For foundation, I'm going back to an oldie but goldie. This is the NARS Radiant. At this step, I'm going to go to my MAC contour. This is the sculpt shape and what? It wouldn't be New Year's Eve without a little bit of glam, a little bit of glimmer. It just changes the whole vibe. I don't think I've ever said the word vibe in my life. Oh, I just wiped on my leggings. Blech. Now I'm going to take a tiny little bit of this black shadow. Oh my god, look how dirty that is. I'm just going to pop that on, nice and thick top and bottom lash. But it is definitely like a highlighter. Like I would only put this on in the main bits of my. Oh my god, what am I even saying? Brush it out and see if it needs straightened again. But these